Puppy dog.
That was pretty fast.
Oh,
We're live. Well, thanks for coming for the live show, you kiddos.
Yeah.
Thanks for anybody watching this. It looks like we don't have anyone live yet.
I mean, we just started.
Okay, we're a small channel. But anyone watching this in the future, thanks for taking the time. All right, so what's going on with WotC? Why are they always dumb? Why can't they get it together?
That's a good question.
All right. Shall we just cut to the chase and show what's going on here? All right. Let me
the newest what's going on.
Yeah.
But there's a lot.
I'm going to share my screen, and it's going to be window, entire screen. This one, share that. Okay. Can you guys, okay, we're good. All right, we're finally getting the hang of it. Now, speaking of things that I'm starting to get the hang of, I just joined Twitter like this evening. Not Twitter, sorry, X. This evening. I've never had any interest in joining before. But
Dad, your name.
Oh. Let me see. There we go.
There you go.
I don't know why that was on there. All right. So I just joined Twitter. Not Twitter, X, just a short time ago today. I never had any interest in doing it because I just I didn't want to like get in. I thought the whole thing was just a big stupid argument fest. I didn't want to get all worn out doing internet arguments all the time. It just didn't sound appealing at all. But I think that people probably moderate themselves a little bit and just kind of only engage as far as they can these days, because I think everyone's a little bit worn out with online controversies. But okay, what's going on? So check this out. This is Grums, right? So he's kind of like this well-known gamer guy, and he says D&D went from slaying dragons to baking baristas, and now live the life of a showgirl.
Oh.
No wonder the latest edition is tanking.
Oh.
You know what? Like I'm gonna like this. I haven't seen any sales numbers for the latest edition, but I imagine it is far worse than even 4th edition, because people bought 4th edition and promised that, oh, okay, new D&D, we better jump on the bandwagon and get with the new edition. And then after they bought it, they realized they didn't like it because it was too different. So and then they all switched to Pathfinder, so they kind of went back to kind of like 3rd edition, 3.75 as they call it for Pathfinder. But with this, it's like there was no excitement to even buy D&D 2024. No one had like any interest in it, and I would love to see the sales numbers.
Zero. Just like that shoulder guy who did the shoulder thing.
Yeah,
like, hey.
Yeah.
I didn't sell. Nobody bought it for 3 years, but that's okay. I didn't want to sell to anybody.
Yeah, blame the customer. All right, so this is what D&D used to be. It says D&D ads then and now. Let me see if I can make this bigger. Does that help? D&D ads then and now. They aren't even trying to act like they have a cool game anymore. I mean, isn't that so sad? Like, look how cool this used to be.
That actually looks fun.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's like, wow, that looks like a lot of adventure. I could really get in. I want to play that. That's kind of what that is. And this is like, huh? What is this?
Who's that creepy girl under the table? I didn't even notice her.
I think it's a boy under the table.
Oh.
And she's like sitting on the table, and she's got her shoe off in her hand. And I don't know what's going on in the picture.
It looks like she's trying to kill him.
Yeah, she looks crazed. And he's definitely hiding. So, all right. Wolven 1. How do people respond to this? So Wolven 1, it's fantasy. Why are there even modern style showgirls in a fantasy? What is this, like an urban fantasy campaign? Shouldn't they be advertising something a bit more standard to the typical genre? Also, something the player base would actually want to be realistically. Yeah, I mean, for real, like you want to be a character class of a showgirl and do what exactly? Like,
yeah,
what are you going to do? What is this game for? How is this, like, show me a session of this. How does it work? How does it look?
Are you just gonna roleplay like singing a song?
Oh, yeah, for real. Or like they spend an hour like on a stupid quest to get chicken wings in the attic of the tavern or whatever. That was a real thing that people were doing online playing D&D, and it was just ridiculous. Yeah, dungeons and or dragons optional. Yep. Nick Demondi says they one-shotted the D&D Beyond by forcing the totally not 6E woke version and made it unplayable. All characters are foobar now. And then look at that. Oh man, that is crazed.
That's what you want to play?
What is this? Oh my gosh, that's nuts. I'm gonna have to like that thing. Oh man, that
looks like a Resident Evil villain, not a D&D character.
Yeah, like looking at the art, like honestly, you don't understand what this is about and what this is for. You know what I mean? Like how are we supposed to even incorporate this? This doesn't fit into the theme of the game at all. I have no concept of how you would make a campaign out of this. I think I would struggle to find like a good story for a one shot trying to do a showgirl thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
how could anyone find enjoyment out of this? Like, I don't see it.
Yeah. There's no dungeons, there's no dragons or monsters. It's just, I think the people that are creating current D&D 2024 have absolutely no idea what the game was like. They have no idea or appreciation for what it was, and they don't care. To them, they are just like, oh, let's do this, let's try that, yeah, and like they're totally out of touch with the history of the game and all of the nostalgia involved. They're totally out of touch with that. They don't care.
Wasn't it like Double D that we were watching that?
I hear you, Charlie.
That was the dog. Anyways, it was like Double D that we were watching, and he said like a director or someone like up high in the like D&D something just bought her first set of dice and played her first game of D&D.
Yeah, that was the operations manager at Gen Con, I believe. So Gen Con is like a very it's an old convention that I think pre-existed D&D. It might have been a wargaming convention. I could be wrong about that. This is just my understanding. And so, but it has been like one of the premier Dungeons and Dragons conventions that there are, like Gen Con. It's the big one. So
she just played her first game of D&D.
Yeah, the operations manager didn't even play. It's like the people involved in it don't care. Like they're not invested in the game. They don't understand it. They don't like it. They don't, you know what I mean?
That's so crazy.
And I feel bad for like people that start now because they're starting with this, and this is so bad. Like it's just trash. It's absolute trash.
Who
All
could
right.
start now? Because, like, wouldn't you want to start with, like, the newer one? Because then you'd be like, oh, it's probably more, like, easy, like,
Hey,
to understand, more modernized. And then you come in and you see this, and it probably just turns you away. Like, who would
yeah.
want to play that?
Yeah, I'd be like, oh, I didn't know it was like that. No,
Yeah.
never mind. I'll just do, I'll just read novels or whatever it is, like some kind of substitute entertainment. And it's so bad. Oh my gosh. Oh, well, let's take a look at some of the other comments that people would make. Keep in mind, there are people that are like, that think this is great, right? And we had them commenting on some of our videos. We might go and visit and see.
Oh, was it like the
Crazy things
Sandman or
they
something
said.
like that?
Huh?
He's our number one fan. He literally puts us up in the algorithm, watching every one of our videos, commenting hate. We love
Yeah.
him.
We might take a look at that in a little bit. All right. So here's let's see. They hit me with this for saying no thank you. Wizards D&D has blocked you.
Whoa.
I got blocked for saying no thank you to this. Oh man.
He said what we were all thinking.
Yeah, for real. It's giving real tranny vibes.
Whoa.
Tumblings and dancing.
I'm not getting tranny vibes. I'm getting like crazy ex-girlfriend vibes or something.
Oh, I see it.
You know what I mean?
I see the vision.
Like smeared makeup with tears and stuff, and like that's why the guy's hiding.
Yeah.
You know what I
He
mean?
made her mad.
I'm getting way too much modern Harley Quinn vibes.
Modern?
Yeah.
That is not what Harley Quinn looks like.
That's how modern Harley Quinn is.
Oh, yeah, because everybody in modern times looks like that.
And dancing.
Yeah.
Fat to fly. Let's see, the unusual individual. If that second image did not have the D&D logo on the bottom right, I would have no idea what it was. And I hearted that because I absolutely agree. Like, if you take a look at that, like, what is this? Like, if you take all the words out of here, you can have a pretty good idea of what this product is going to be about, right?
Yeah.
But if you take this logo out of here, I don't know what that is. What is that? I have no idea. So why would I drop money for that? I don't even know what it is. Like, it's just that it's like got the label slapped on. This is D&D. That it's just, oh, okay. So we're supposed to just go out and buy it.
You just go out and buy it. I wouldn't put my money down for that.
No.
Yeah.
Get it.
Gary is rolling around over in his grave. And if they continue any longer, he's going to roll so much that he'll become a giant drill. And he's going to drill through the world.
That was not a good joke.
It made Dad laugh because it was
That was a pity laugh.
Well, no, I actually was visualizing it in my head. I was like, yeah, he just keeps rolling in his grave.
He was rolling.
And the grave just keeps rolling and it just goes.
Yeah. Well, when he rolls in his grave, like, does he also roll dice as he rolls?
He just goes.
Yeah.
20s.
Every time he goes off, there's like shrapnel going around, but it's not actually shrapnel. It's just D4s.
Yeah, and then this guy, I think we can all relate to this. He's like, I'm no longer disappointed. I'm just tired.
So real.
I mean? It's like, it's not like we're like let down. You know what I mean? Because it's like we knew that they would try to peddle crap like this. Like, it wasn't really a surprise.
By now, it's just like, enough is enough. We don't need more. Nobody's buying it. Where are they even getting the budget for this to make it?
They're not. They underpay their workers in the name of communism.
They've been laying people off like crazy.
Oh, wonder why.
Word on the street is that they're, and RPG Pundit was talking about this not long after we had him on our channel, but there's a lot of speculation that they're winding down D&D at Hasbro. So they're going to shut it down and quit selling it for at least like 10, 15 years, whatever, and try and bring it back later to make it cool again, like they do with like My Little Pony and other intellectual property. So because it's like lost its cool, they're like, okay, well, we'll just scuttle it to the closet. We'll bring it out in 10 years.
Honestly, it hasn't lost its cool. Wizards of the Coast has lost its cool.
Yeah.
D&D is not the problem here.
Yeah, and when we say that, we're talking about like the game as it used to be. You know what I mean? Like old school D&D, the way that we play it. Not the theater kid, we're furries and, you know, all this weird stuff that you know, basically that our haters do. Like they're weirdos. No, you know, that's strange. But like, yeah, D&D, like as it was, is still freaking cool, and you can still have so much fun with it. You just got to play it the old way.
The people hating in our comments would have seen nothing wrong with a fat black lady in a wheelchair and a clown costume going into a dungeon and fighting.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
That would be fine and realistic.
It's cool. Yeah.
It's so cool. I want to play that.
And then, yeah, this guy says, of course, all black girls. Yeah, they are. Actually, everybody in here was black, and it's like, okay, it's like we're like trying to diversify for diversity's sake is really what it is. Not a lot of black people play D&D. They just don't. It's not that they're not welcome. It's just that they don't want to.
They're a minority in the D&D. So
yeah, well, yeah. And I personally, I think it's that like their heritage has nothing to do with the medieval European culture that D&D is based in. So to them, they don't really see the appeal. That's my understanding. That's my theory on it, right? So to them, it's just like, nah, you know, it's like something that's really outside their, you know, interests and experience. You know what I mean? Because they're interested in whatever else they do.
You know, I do feel like a lot of that in part is for like the deculturization of white people.
Yeah, that's right. And, you know, you kind of have these archaeologists telling us how dark Europeans were before, you know, white people and all that stuff. And I don't believe that. I don't believe that stuff. And I think most people don't. I think there's a lot of ideological bull crappery making its way into academia. But let's take a look at again down here. Gary rolling in his grave, retired. You know, we're fine because you know, yeah. It's like I said. So like, black people don't play a lot of D&D. They just don't. WotC acts like that's like their core audience. It really isn't. You know, like if you were going by the art, you would think that, oh, this is like a black person game. They don't play it. You know, like by and large, they really don't. And, you know, good or bad or indifferent, that's just the case. You know, so why are we trying to pretend otherwise? And Dungeons and Dragons is at its core a medieval fantasy game. That's the genre, right? So, yeah, there's not going to be a lot of black influence in there. It's just that's where it came from, right? Now, if you wanted to pull in like legends and lore from Africa, I think that would be totally fine. You could pull that into the game, but you don't like take medieval Europe and try and make it look like, you know, modern Seattle or whatever, and then pretend that this is D&D. You know what I mean? Like that's just stupid. You know, but like if you wanted to like, you know, have like a stand-in for, you know, Africa or whatever, and there's legends and lore and there's like player characters from this land or whatever, you know, that would be a cool way to do it. But They don't want to do it like that. This is Starbucks in 2025, and plus we have swords or whatever. Actually, I didn't even say it was like any
plus we have high heels that we can hit people with.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it didn't even look like a high heel you could actually kill someone with. It looked like it was made out of plastic.
High heels aren't made out of plastic.
The high heel in the drawing did look like it was made out of plastic.
They're usually made out of...
I liked what this guy said, Marky X. He says, D&D was better when it was satanic.
Ooh, really? You go back.
Yeah, I liked that guy's comment. And it's so true. Like when it was like, ooh, that's bad. Like that was actually when the game was like totally epic. You know what I mean? And now that it's like,
so fun.
Gone mainstream.
Everyone's like, oh.
Yeah, it's gone mainstream, and like the furries are into it, and like that. It's really, it's kind of poisoned the well for a lot of people. Not for us, because we play old school way and we play it the right way.
The right way.
But yeah, look, basically the mainstream brand though is so tarnished. It's absolutely trashed, All right. Dark Days and Customers at the Waffle House is my personal favorite campaign from this new edition.
Customers at the Waffle House, eh?
I think that's a joke, but
that's a good one. We should play that.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you go to the Waffle House, it's like a dungeon crawl in real life.
Yeah, trying to get your order.
Got those giant rats.
Yeah, but instead of orcs, they're junkies.
Yeah, the junkies at the Waffle House.
No.
Yeah, even the artwork itself is disgusting, and I agree with that. It's kind of got. It's not.
It's nice artwork, like nice in penmanship, but it's just got awful undertones. You know what I mean?
Very much like teeny bopper kid type of audience. You know what I mean? It just looks like it's drawn for junior high girls or something.
Yeah.
It looks like they're advertising to the people who don't care.
Yeah.
It would have been so much better if it was scarier.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that face is scary enough as it is.
Well, yeah, but imagine that face, like, some morphing.
And then, let's see.
We were down.
Down. Oh, yeah, okay. So here's the thing, like, where did they get this idea from? Taylor Swift, because like her new album is The Life of a Showgirl. And then they come out with, like, they have no originality at all. Not even a little bit. They're just like, whoa, let's do something like this. Taylor Swift. Like this, I'm highly confident that they did rip off
I'm
Taylor Swift.
sure they did.
It's just so pathetic. So pathetic. No originality. And then this is their influence is like a pop singer. This is not D&D. It's not like they're ripping off like a
like an actually cool D&D.
Yeah, like a Lord of the Rings movie or the latest whatever Sword and Sorcery movie or something. They're not even doing that. They're going to like pop singers and trying to take that and turn it into a D&D module. It makes no sense at all. It's so dumb. No wonder
also,
find this.
This is just absolutely excusing how it would probably suck to be a showgirl in the medieval times.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Like, is this medieval? Like, it doesn't look like it. You know what I mean?
I don't even think it is. Look at that guy at the bottom.
It's like
I don't think that's
a t-shirt.
That looks like a t-shirt, like a pink t-shirt on that guy.
Yeah, there's disco balls up there.
I don't think they had disco balls. Just saying.
Yeah. No, it's weird. Like, I don't understand it. And I don't think anybody does.
I'm seriously wondering if that is placed in the medieval times.
Yeah. If it is, they are really dumb artists. So this guy, Crafter, says, it is obvious now they just want to destroy the brand because the current IP owner can't stand their customer base. Yeah, that's right. Like, they're just trying to trash the brand because they hate people like us, people that are, actually honor and enjoy what the game has been historically, right? They hate that. It goes against their wokeness. Nothing heroic should exist for,
white people. They're
white,
not allowed to be heroic.
No. They are to be denigrated and replaced by, people of color and all that stuff. All right. I'll just move. Yeah, this guy says, let's go back to 3.5. You know what, man? I think we need to go back to the 80s. We need to go in the way, way back machine. 3.5, I don't think that's the right answer. I think we need to go back to, 1986 or, just like when D&D was great, sometime in the 80s.
Back in the golden age.
Go back to old school D&D. Play Greg Gillespie's Dragon Slayer. Play old school essentials. Something that kind of captures the old, flavor of the game. That's what really people like, I think, are hungry for, and that's why people are rejecting this new stuff. They're not buying it. It's not selling. It says all 3 of characters shown are also black for some reason. Are they doing the Sydney Sweeney, if you show a white person you're a Nazi thing? Seems like it. Yeah. For real. They're so overly political about everything in their art and all that stuff. Mitch Stockton says, we all recognize the infiltration and poisoning process by now. Movies, video games, comics, social media, board games. There is no hobby they will not infiltrate and destroy out of spite and bitterness. He's exactly right. That's obviously no joke. That's not a conspiracy theory. I mean, we've seen it play out. It's not even debatable. It's exactly what these commies have done. They've gone from, entertainment to entertainment very methodically. And they've been trying to destroy D&D for a long time. And the brand D&D is destroyed. There's no question about it. I don't think it can recover from this. Like, I really don't think it's going to. I think it's going to kind of like die with a whimper, People are still going to play role-playing games, but, not so much D&D, I think. So, but that's the thing, like, people play and people house rule and everything. So it's a very challenging target for the communists to tear down role-playing games because people just do it the way they want to, So they ignore a lot of this woke stuff a lot of the time. And that's why 5e was, running so well for such a large breadth of audience. But, they kind of get to a point where enough is enough. And if they're not supporting, the game that everyone was playing anymore, they're just going to move on to something else probably. That's my thought anyway. I could be wrong. Maybe history will prove me wrong.
What's the next cool hobby they're going to ruin?
Yeah. You watch out. They're going to ruin it. D&D used to be about grand adventures in fantastic worlds, and now it's just this. How the mighty have fallen. Yeah, absolutely. And it really is a sad thing, isn't it? Like, it's a crying shame. My gosh. This guy, I played first edition back in the day. Second came out and started playing it. went to 3 and 3.5, tried 5th, then went back to 3.5. Prefer other systems more. Okay. Torchfire says, live the exciting life of a showgirl and in an environment free of full of diversity.
Wow.
Yep.
The exciting life of a showgirl, of getting preyed on and trapped in a back room with 5 different guys.
Of course, that's not gonna happen.
No, they don't want to show the negatives of that kind of environment.
Mike says, I'm old. I have the original player's handbook somewhere in a box, but tell me, what the heck am I looking at now? Yeah, I know.
We all want to know.
Yeah, it's not just you, Mike. It's not. Goodness gracious. Also, they can't even be original with their designs. That showgirl is literally just Tamara from Fire Emblem Engage, but more mature. I don't know what that is, but
I'm just search it up.
Yeah, you want to look it up?
What is it?
Tamara from Fire Emblem Engage. Let me see if I can pull something up on it.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Literally.
It looks just like her. Can't really see it, but
images. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I don't really know what this is, but that's yeah.
Looks like her.
Whatever it is, it's not D&D.
Yeah.
And then this guy says, what a joke. Go play another TTRPG that is made for this kind of setting. Stop twisting D&D into something it was never intended to be. This is why everyone uses homebrew and indie content. Yeah, that's right. Like, Dungeons and Dragons is not that. If you want to play that, or if WotC wants to produce that, then make it as a parallel product line and sell it, but don't twist D&D into this weirdness. What a mistake. Like, what a marketing error and just a horrible business decision. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. Yeah, this guy says AD&D was the last great D&D. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Although, well, you know what? There was some good basic D&D that came out after that. But I like his sentiment though. Like, it didn't get better with additions, the advanced D&D.
Neither Dungeons nor
Dragons. Neither Dungeons nor Dragons. Yeah, exactly. This is why we bully people out of our hobbies.
Can you bring that back, please?
Was that?
Can we bring that back, please?
Yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh. Not that I ever went, but I noticed today that my local board game store closed down. It's going to be spa-type place now. These people are incapable of caring about others outside of their own small bubble. Dang. And this guy says, that's not a showgirl. That's a murderous dwarf who was left too long in the sun.
Oh.
She didn't look quite like a dwarf to me, but
she was left too long in the sun.
Yeah, but like, it doesn't look demi-human at all. It just looks like they're just like teenagers. They don't look like dwarves or anything. Nothing fantastical at all. Yeah. So I think that you can't seriously argue that this isn't just slop, just complete slop. Just like we were going over with Double D. In fact, I'm gonna take a look at our channel content here. People can see it's a small channel where our numbers are small. I don't care if people see it, but like, you know what I mean? It's just small potatoes. But we did have let's go to the video here.
Thumbnails are so cute.
This one, yeah, we had a guy who started, commenting on this, and he was really sticking up for the black dwarf that was the black dwarf that was wearing the clown costume.
Specifically that one.
Yeah, let's see if we can find it in here. I'm not sure if I'm sharing sound. I wonder, let me stop my share and then I'm going to reshare and see if I can share sound. Also share sound. Entire screen. Screen 2. All right, let's see. I think it might be a little bit. Yeah, right there. Yeah, so all right. This are you guys seeing this? Oh, I'm sorry, you're not seeing it. I'm sorry. Let me add
I was just listening to you laugh.
Yeah. So this is
so beautiful.
This is your classic dwarf character, right? This is what when you think of medieval fantasy, your mind goes directly to, fat black dwarf in a clown costume. But you know what? This guy was sticking up for the fat black dwarf in the clown costume. He was saying this is super cool. So it was actually really weird. Let me see. I'll go to the comments on here. I'm gonna go close. Da-da. Yeah, so he said, you guys see this okay, or should I make it bigger?
Maybe make it a little bigger. It's kind of hard to read.
Okay. There we go. So yeah, Sandman 629. He said, 4 brain cells come together and strive against all odds to figure out why a fantasy character is wearing fantasy clothes in a fantasy setting, and arrive at the conclusion someone just said, give me a strong black woman. Even though nothing about her suggested strength, she just looked like a regular ace bard. Then go on to the pointed out every single time any character is anything other than white. Well, yeah, of course we would point it out because it happens so often.
Seriously, wasn't there 3 white characters in there? And if they were white, they were gay or something weird, or they weren't even strong.
Yeah, if they were white, they weren't. Yeah, they weren't masculine. They weren't strong. They weren't impressive. They were lesser. Now, I think bards are stupid to begin with, but if you were playing a bard like that looks ridiculous, for one thing.
Yeah, and also he said that nothing about her suggested strength. Look at the painting. Why are her shoulders drawn in such a broad way then?
No, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a very good point. Yeah, so anyway, I responded with my commentary.
You cannot take these people seriously.
I know, I can't. I can't at all.
There's no way.
Oh my gosh, this guy needs to go back to Reddit.
Well, their opinions are in outer space. I'm sorry, we all saw that picture.
We did.
It was laughable. In fact, that was our natural reaction when we were with Double D, as we started laughing together. It has that reaction because it's so patently absurd. And this guy here, he's trying to no, it's not. And he's crying. It's not. And he's eating, puberty blockers.
Yeah.
Through the tears.
Taking his estrogen. Getting a little emotional there. It's kind of the month or something.
Yeah, he has his period out of his butt because
yeah.
Let's see. D&D Dad and Son, tell me I hit a nerve without telling me I hit a nerve. So I actually he went and criticized us on one of our family D&D live plays. it's not really a live play, but it like a pre-recorded play session. And, you know, he was talking about how effing bad it was, and holy F, this is the worst D&D session I've ever seen. And, you know, we were being mean to Katie and all this stuff. And it's like, so I just said to him, you know, with all the negative comments you're putting on my videos, tell me I hit a nerve without telling me I hit a nerve. So enjoy your weird woke D&D while it's still commercially available. Yeah, fat black dwarves in a clown costume sure screams medieval fantasy, which is, you know, what we've been saying. And he says, I see no problem with fat black dwarves in bard clothes or clown clothes in medieval fantasy. What's the issue?
What's the issue is the issue.
Here's the problem with that argument. Can dwarves be black?
Yeah, that's the thing.
D&D?
Yeah, dwarves don't come from like any kind of African legend or lore. It's like a Nordic, Western European concept, as far as I understand. It's European. Yeah. It is white. Dwarves are white.
Don't you think the dwarves and other fantasy races would have different than human sort of skin color variations or something like that?
Well, you know, I look at it like this. It's like, look, if you want like black demi-human whatever, or, you know, monsters and whatever you want, like characters or elements in the game, then bring in legends and lore from Africa and put it in the game. You know what I mean? But don't take like what's, you know, established, concepts about like what dwarves are, and try and make that downtown Seattle at the Starbucks shop. You know what I mean? So yeah, like, no, if you want that stuff in the game, then yeah, import it in from African lore and whatever they have. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, he says, I see no problem with that. It's like, yeah, so we're playing a fantasy medieval adventure game, and he sees no problem with a fat black dwarf in a clown costume. So
that's when you know you're the problem.
It's like, that's why, like, engaging with this guy, I couldn't take him seriously, because it was like outer space, man. This guy was on outer space. I did have thoughts that, like, you know, wonder if, like, because he was pretty assertive. He kept commenting. He seemed really like engaged and wanting to get through to me. I've had thoughts about maybe I should invite this guy on the show and let him say his thing.
So he can pass that up?
And well, yeah, well, we'd have to ask him to be respectful, but then we could like, you know, basically tell him to his face just like how ridiculous his ideas are, because I think that he doesn't get enough of that. You know what I mean? Like, there's not enough people being like, that's retarded, man.
People are too accepting now.
Your ideas are stupid.
Yeah.
You know, I don't see a problem with that. Yeah, and I said that there's the problem right there. You have no idea how such a silly thing as fat black dwarf in a clown costume completely breaks the frame of the entire genre and spirals into silliness. To you, it's, oh, cool, that's funny. And it is. It's like, what are you like? Are you like an 11-year-old homosexual or something? Like,
seriously, that's actually how they act. Oh my gosh. He probably is, to be honest.
Well, I think he's older than that. He's like a 31-year-old homosexual that lives in his parents' basement. So.
Probably. Even better, he likes watching little kids play D&D, because that's normal.
Yeah.
You could probably get so much reaction out of him if you just comment a laughing emoji.
Yeah.
Bro, he would get so mad.
He says it's fantasy. So fantasy to him means like kitchen sink, do anything you want, right? Like there's no genre. It's anything, you know. You're right. I'm cool with that. Where exactly is the issue? And I already explained this to him. Like, it's not. This is a medieval fantasy, right? I've already explained that, and it's like he's refusing to see that. He knows what the issue is, but he's not admitting that he knows it. He's trying to play this like, I don't know, but no, you can tell. You know what the problem is, and I've explained it to him through this thread. I honestly have no idea, like you said. Can you tell me so that I can at least maybe try to see it from your perspective? I think I just did.
Oh my gosh. And then he said, can you tell me so that I can see it in your perspective? And then he said, no, you only told me that how you saw things.
Yep. Yeah. You didn't explain to me why or how. I only know what your perspective is. I don't know why you see it that way. Okay. I think that a person of normal intelligence could have inferred that. And I think that was kind of packaged in together with my response. But could you explain it to me? Blah, blah, blah. You just, could you please explain how or why you see it ruining the whole game? It's like, okay. So if I tell you guys, hey, let's play D&D. Let's do like let's have a session. Let's do a campaign, Dungeons and Dragons. We're going to like, dungeon crawl, adventure, stuff like that. And then I hook you in with that promise of cool times, fun times, adventure. And then we're all, fat, black.
That's the point. I would do a Katie.
Black clowns at a festival.
I would do a Katie. Disappear.
Yeah, disappear. Table. I don't want to play D&D anymore.
I'd be like, that's really cool, but I'm gonna play Resident Evil.
Just anything.
I'm gonna do anything else.
I would rather listen to JoJo Siwa on loop than play a D&D session like that.
And here he goes. Like, I'm asking you to explain what I, as a woke person, so he admits he's a woke person. To me, that's like admitting that, like, something
stupid.
awfully embarrassing about yourself. Like, to me, as a, mentally handicapped person, or, like, to me, as a person that is incontinent and I poop and pee my pants, like, it's like, you're admitting that,
that would be
incredible to me.
That would be like entering an argument, going to me like, to me as a person who is attracted to animals. Go from there. It's just like,
it's like, that's wow. That's like people when they say they're a communist, they don't understand just how cringe that is.
Yeah.
But they think, yeah, I'm communist. It's like, wow, you suck really bad. You're awful. But yeah, he says, I'm not seeing here what any woke person wouldn't be able to see here as being an issue. You told me your position, but didn't tell me why or how. So he doesn't get it. He doesn't know. Okay. All right. So if you've watched my whole video and still can't discern the answers to your questions, I'm not sure you can be helped. I'll bite. Because it was all in the video. Like, do you watch it? Like, we had this we were discussing this through the whole video. And then he comes here and he's dropping these comments like, he wants to open up this discussion that we didn't already just go over in the video and explain very thoroughly. But I said D&D is a game that's based on medieval European fantasy. Some elements are borrowed. Now, he latched onto this, right? Some elements are borrowed from cultures outside of that, but at its core, it was fantasy in the spirit of medieval Europe. Any disagreements there?
Nah.
Sounds like a perfect definition.
Yeah, to take the game and add elements that are overtly homosexual or wide departures from the original spirit of the game for the sake of modern diversity sensibilities, not to be in sync with the source material of the genre, but to be in lockstep with modern DEI initiatives, only takes it from the realm of fun and cool and puts it into the realm of the silly, contrived, and pandering.
Yeah. And let me guess, he's going to spew more crap after you explain it. Like, you literally typed it out after telling him already and explaining it in the video.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I give this, like, excellent response that, you know, it's like, there you go, bud. And he's still, like, he's going to come at me like a train. Like, he's got these great points that, and like this thing where I said, like, some elements are borrowed from cultures outside of that. I was thinking of, like, the ogre mage. That's Japanese, you know what I mean? But it's put into the framework of the medieval fantasy. You know what I mean? So yeah, it borrows it, but then it puts it into this medieval fantasy
variation, kind of.
Yeah, kind of this medieval fantasy backdrop, right? So
yeah,
you guys curious to see where it goes?
Maybe, but I think I'm probably going to call it a night so I can get a good night's sleeping before school tomorrow.
Okay. What about you, Abigail?
I'm down for a little bit more.
All right, let's try it. All right, good night, Sonny.
Good night.
Sleep tight.
Lame-o.
All right, so...
Oh, I value my education.
Everybody does.
He says, okay, I'm following so far, I think. Yeah, because it's so hard to figure out, right? So I would then ask, based on what you've put forth, what makes a fat, black, or gay character not eligible aspects? A fat, black, or gay character not eligible aspects to add to the D&D world. Because it's got nothing to do with medieval fantasy.
Seriously. What is he missing here? You gave him everything.
He try to help me understand.
Yeah, I can't see things. Oh my gosh. Tell me how you haven't told me how, when, or why.
He says, as in, if elements besides the core elements are added, and this is normal occurrence as time passes and player base broadens. Oh yeah, so let's invite all the furries in and let's change the game into modern day Seattle.
Yeah.
The material is built on what disqualifies fat black dwarves or gay characters from being part of the game. For not necessarily you, because I know you don't include these elements in your own personal games, right? Which you don't have to. So that specifically is fine. But in a general sense, for the broader participating audience, as part of the culture outside the realm of the base European influence that get drawn upon as a normal part of the world being added to. Okay. Wow. He's, what a smart cookie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wow. I mean, I get the sense that he's like, thinks this is a really thoughtful question, but it's like you're ignoring obvious points that I've already put forth.
Like, did he even read what you said?
It's like you can't see the forest for the trees. You know what I mean? It's like he can't see the fundamental picture because he's focusing on, one little thing that I said, and he's trying to exploit that and make it like open the door wide for all his weirdo friends and furries and stuff and trannies to come and like crawl into the game and make it about Starbucks in 2025 Seattle. He kind of goes on blah blah blah. I don't know if we want to sit and read all that.
Yeah, he talks too much.
Yeah, he does. And like he did one that like it was like huge. I didn't even read it. It was like he wrote a novel, too. But yeah, I said you may still be able to play D&D rules with gay characters or a non-European medieval fantasy and have a functional experience. But when these sorts of changes are made to the game's milieu, it ceases to be the fantasy genre that it was when the game was great in its early days. It becomes fantasy of modern DEI sensibilities in a garish cosplay. focused primarily on pandering and recreating current values from Seattle or San Francisco, actually,
Yes.
into a world of cosplay rather than immersion in an otherworld experience dealing with themes of myth, lore, legend, and danger. The game becomes overtly political in its nature because it has no respect for its core medieval European fantasy and dismisses and discards many of its concepts and features as bigoted, sexist, colonial, etc., in favor of sensibilities that are palatable to modern young socialists and in service of their social agenda. So it sounds like you just need to let go of the past before you give yourself an aneurysm, you know?
Oh.
Maybe you just need to be less gay.
Yeah, seriously.
Maybe you need to, get some testosterone in your body, procreate, family, and
estrogen, isn't he?
And start thinking straight. Like, get your head straight, pal. Yeah, and blah.
Oh my god.
Blah.
Who's reading that?
Nah, yeah. And I actually respond. I think I did read it once. So thanks for that. That was funny. Yes, I'm a crazy street prophet with cardboard signs, because that's what he said I was somewhere in here. Wow. Can't you tell from my videos? You're such a moron. You can't see how a fat black dwarf in a clown costume is a departure from classic D&D. Points A and B you mentioned above are absolutely connected. Points A and B. Adding some fat gay black dwarves to D&D. And D&D loses its European medieval fantasy influences entirely. Yep. And comes a game about D&D. Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly what you just said.
Yeah, he's like acting like there's like a wide gap between these two, but no, A leads to B exactly naturally. And any person who's not retarded can see that. You know what I mean? Because those were not things that featured strongly in medieval culture, European culture. It's just, sorry, wasn't a lot of black people. No one was openly gay. None of that was accepted. People didn't dress like stupid clowns.
Seriously.
They had maybe dressed odd compared to how we dress, but they didn't dress like a clown. Unless you were a court jester. Yes, the slippery slope is a fallacy, not an eventuality. Keep in mind. Yeah, okay. And yeah, he asked for my definition of what is classic D&D, because I said, I said something about classic D&D, and so he kept pushing for a definition. I think he was hoping that I wouldn't know how to define it. Because I think he's trying to trap me in a corner, like, it's contradictions, I think he was trying to pin me down. But I know what classic D&D is. Classic D&D is TSR D&D. It's D&D from the 70s and 80s and early 90s. You can play the way you want with all the weird, gay, emasculated characters you want to. But normal people like myself will snicker because it's totally retarded and you're a weirdo.
He's acting like that isn't a normal response.
Yeah. And then he just went on and on and on and on. Oh man. He just wouldn't stop. Yeah. So he look at this one.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
That's nice.
That's not even, no, sorry. It must be this one. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Hoping you read it. Nah, too long and too retarded.
I'd lose brain cells reading that.
Yeah, like I feel like you didn't even watch the video. Like he's not even going to watch the video, but he's going to make comments like none of this was talked about in the video, and then he wants me to read his giant, engage with him in his giant comments.
He's crazy.
Because a lot of your objections are clearly laid out in there. You know what I mean? Like we cover his kind of mindset and what we think about it and why it's corruption of the game in that video. The art for D&D 2024 is blatantly gay and non-white, even though the vast majority of players are no doubt still white guys. Yeah. And then here's another guy. All I have to say is those poor kids. And then I said, what do you mean? And he actually deleted his comment. Oh, no, he didn't. Oh, here it is. You're against having gay stuff in your games, but okay for your son to play a tiefling prostitute? Because if you go back to that video, Josh said that was a character he was playing with his friend group. And I was like, actually, I wasn't aware of that until he said that during the interview. And no, I don't approve. But I'd rather that he lampoon that sort of underworld seediness, because it is like jokester. It's not like serious. I'd rather he lampoon that than sincerely think that being a gay dwarf is awesome.
Yeah.
Big difference, big distinction there. Yeah. So, yeah. A lot of weirdos. Man, these guys are weird. Holy crap. And one that they really came at us for wasn't the Diversity and Dragons one. It was actually, let's get to it here. Go back to channel content. Live stream. That when I made a response to their cherished D&D shorts gnome, gnome guy.
The gnome guy, yeah.
Yeah. I got it piled on by them, which was kind of funny because, like I say, I can't take these guys seriously. Like I think they're really getting into my craw, and not really. Like I can't take them seriously because they're so stupid and weird. Like it's like people in like a mental institution trying to talk about how crazy you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, okay, man.
Yep, the crazy ones.
Yeah, I'm nuts. Yep. But yeah. Let's see. Where is some of this? Yikes! I'd be embarrassed to be this hateful and ignorant on the internet, but go off, I guess. I said, hateful, ignorant. Is that code for not being woke? Don't forget your puberty blockers, retard.
Yes. He didn't comment back because he knew it was true.
Well, and look, like he got 6 likes for his comment. I only got 2. That's because and I got super ratioed on this one. Like they came out in droves and to like tear me down. Because there's a lot of them and they're weird. And, people like me, that are grounded and still in the hobby, there's I guess we don't like gang up like that. You know what I mean? And there's probably less of us because there's a lot of like young, lost souls glomming on to, the slop that is being offered by Wizards of the Coast these days. Yeah. But there's this other guy. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. Here, I'm going to make this bigger.
Yeah, I can't really see.
Yeah. This guy says, cool. So you're a great example of, hey, I'm a dad, and you're great at dragging down anyone who disagrees with you. No dad is better than a dad who's like you, bud.
That's true. That's actually true.
But take a look at this guy.
If it'll load.
This is a dude. This is a dude.
No dad's better than a dad like him.
That's a man.
That's gonna be in my nightmares tonight.
This guy is criticizing my fatherhood, me as a patriarch to my family. This guy. See, like, that's,
look at it. Is there anything else you really need?
See, that's what I'm saying. It's like
it's trans.
The people in the nut house, in the insane asylum, those are the ones pointing fingers at people like me, saying you're crazy, like that. And it's impossible to take them seriously, because look at this guy. Look at this guy. He's a complete mess. He's a gross weirdo. He's yeah.
He's terrifying.
So, yeah, and this is the quality of this is the type of people that would come onto the channel and like downvote the video and try and tear me down and everything. But like it's like it really didn't work very well, because it was like, but you guys are all weirdos.
Yeah, like, sorry, we don't take opinions from idiots.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So I'm gonna actually I want to pull up something, because like the D&D Shorts guy actually made me think of something. I had a video that I never did share, but maybe I'll just run it. I was going to run it as a short. We got Warplane. He says, I dislike how a lot of these D&D tubers like Ginny D and D&D Shorts
I've seen this one.
Who tear down the walls of the foundation of the game because of the radical ideology they follow demands it. Right. Yeah, absolutely. It's really irksome. It's like, you have this game because of these people that you're tearing down. Right. And it's super disrespectful. And it's dumb, because like they're putting their ideology and comparing it head on with the ideology of people like, just Gary Gygax, normal guy, Dave Arneson, whatever, normal. They want to put that and compare it 1-to-1. The guys that think that girls can be boys and, hey, what's your pronouns? Those people are going to compare their views to those views. So I find that funny. Did you hear that? I hope that wasn't just.
Yeah, I heard it good.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the thing. Like they want to like poke fingers and laugh at like the values that people had in the 70s and 80s, as though their values are superior, but then they're like trying to change their gender and they're, pretending they're furries and animals and stuff like that.
Seriously.
Totally mentally unstable, strange people. And it's like, sorry, you really don't have any credibility. And, there's a reason why your way of thinking is getting so much pushback and it's going out of style. You know what I mean? Like it's just it has no credibility. People just can't take it seriously. We got Bingo Man Zero says their criticism means nothing. We see what makes them cheer. Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
Like that's why I said to that guy, like, don't forget your puberty blockers.
Yeah, seriously.
That one guy. It was like, I when I think of these guys, like I think of like the tear-filled NPC gray-skinned meme.
I've seen that one. Yeah.
But then like I just like keep seeing them in my mind's eye. They're like stuff in their mouth with puberty blockers.
Exactly what they're probably like.
Crying like through the tears, Oh gosh. Oh, that's funny. All right. But
I love the gnome picture right here. Adds so much depth.
Oh gosh, you know what? Like I just put in like a short prompt into the AI that I got that from, and it came out looking exactly like that guy. Like I told you that, like, you know, the guy reminds me of a gnome, like a garden gnome. Like
all he needs is his ears out, and he's perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, like, I didn't really have much against the D&D Shorts guy, other than, like, I kind of thought he was like irritating, like his mannerisms and everything, how he's always yelling and stuff, and I just find him personally annoying. But I was doing a response video because he picked a fight with old school D&D with the women stuff, right? So, but once I did that, the hordes of theater kids and misfits, you know, and trannies and, you know, whatever, descended upon my video, and gave me a couple days of you know, amusing amusing times. Yeah, like, you know, it was funny.
Seriously though, I wonder what their objective is. Like, just posting hate comments on like a family channel's videos. Like, what do they want in the end?
Well, I think it's the same reason they send and support trans story hour, you know, drag queen story hour stuff.
Yeah.
It's like they want to make fundamental changes and tear wholesome families down like the one we have. They don't see a family like ours as a triumph, as some kind of accomplishment. They see it as like an obstacle to shaping the world the way they want to see it. So yeah, it's the same reason. Like, yeah, why would they do that? Why would they have, you know, a drag queen story hour to little kids? Why would they do that? It's because they're trying to destabilize. They're trying to influence the vulnerable. They're trying to tear down, you know, people that are, you know, the bulwark of a thriving and sane society. They want to fight against that. That's what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, for them to jump on a family channel and, you know, swear everywhere in the comments and stuff like that, and it's, yeah, trying to validate themselves. Bingo Man Zero. Yeah, they're trying to make themselves seem relevant and important, you know. But like, it really, at the end, it's like, you know, these people, like, probably half of them live with their parents or whatever, and they've never really accomplished anything. Actually, like, one of these guys, like, I had a conversation with him where he was trying to tear me down, and I said, hey, look, I've got 5.
No, he said, like, how do you sleep at night, right? Was that it?
I'll see if I can find it. Let me. Oh man, sorry. Apologize for that.
Yeah, we should have blurred the screen.
Let me. Yeah. Let's see if I can find that, because that was kind of an interesting one. It was a short, and it was. I think it was this one. Go to the comments. This one got piled on a fair bit. Yeah, this was where I first learned of the term rage bait. I didn't know what that was. These guys were calling it rage bait, and I was like, "What's rage bait?" They know what it is because, you know, they're the ones who are always responding to it. They're the ones who are always angry when they see something that, like, you know, sets them off. They're like, whoa! So it's like they have like this word for it. You're like, this is rage bait. And it's like, I don't know, man. I just was posting my views. So
yeah,
like my opinion on things. So whatever, rage bait. Okay. But yeah, what was, Yeah, bro, get a life. This guy,
Yeah,
bro,
get a
get
life.
a
That was
life.
it.
And I said, I've got one with a wife and 5, soon to be 6 kids, and we have a wonderful life together. How's yours? What have you accomplished in this world? Here's where it gets interesting. Because like if it were just left it here, you might think like, oh yeah, well this guy's you know, he's like this cool guy that it's like, you know, dismissing someone like me because like I'm just a loser. But yeah, no, it goes on. Turns out that yeah, your selfish, conceited, patriarchal narcissism, you're coping. And I said, no, I did not delete your comment. If this is how you treat your kids, you'll be in a retirement home sooner than later. Keep living in a fantasy world. You can have D&D matches with all the other crappy parents.
I assure you won't be in a retirement home.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I hope to live with one of you kids if I get old and kind of.
I mean, you have 6 to choose from, eh?
Yeah, I mean, if I have to go in a home, I'm sure that I'll get visited. You know what I mean? Like, I just have a good relationship with my kids. This guy has no kids, and I said I'll be surrounded by children and grandchildren who love me. You'll be lonely because you're a loser, and that's that's harsh to say, but like seriously, he says I'll be surrounded by friends across the world who I can understand and relate to because I don't simplify the human brain and its creativity to political talking points and how much seed I can spill into one lady. Okay.
First of all, that's really disrespectful.
Did you mean online friends that you play video games with? And then it's like, you know, such an own, but it was like, please tell me how your how your life in American suburbia, where you all you do is get mad at women playing D&D is, and I didn't get mad at women playing D&D. That's a
I'm literally a
straw man argument. It's not at all what we were saying. This guy like can't understand, normal thinking. Yeah, and then let's see. Show more replies. Yeah, and then let's see. I'm having family time with my kids. That's worth more than gold. You sit in front of the screen and think those people will be there for you when you die. They won't. You'll be alone because you are a loser, and no woman wanted to spend her life with you and make a family. Then you come online and pretend you're not pathetic. Hey, make sure you win extra points in your video game. It'll really matter someday.
Seriously.
But like, hey, that's mean to say. I understand that. But like, he's the one that said, bro, get a life. And it turns out like he's the one that spends his days like just sitting in front of a screen playing video games.
Seriously.
And that's his life. And he thinks that like these people are, these people.
Probably works at McDonald's.
Well, I'd be impressed if he did, because that would mean he's being productive in society. But I'm not that confident that he would. But yeah, no, it's it's really funny. These guys are crazed. But yeah, no, they kind of they jump on like a show like ours, like, and they try and tear it down. But really, like I wouldn't trade lives with any of these people. I think of the type of life that they must live, so directionless, so aimless, no legacy, no genetic legacy, no children, no little feet pitter pattering through the house. Daddy,
Little Greta.
Yeah. Really on the Rocks says these people have no love. They like things that appease their boredom or ego, but their friends are really just tools to push back their own loneliness, of which, if they took a second to think, they would realize it's self-inflicted. That's very well said on the Rocks. Very well said. Sad thing. Yeah, it was pretty entertaining. We were thinking about doing a show where we would like go into the mailbag and like just talk about all these things, and we kind of basically did it on the fly right now. Like talk about like the hate mail that we got because it was going to make for an entertaining show. Kind of doubled it up with the Showgirls module, D&D module. Oh man, crazy times. Well, I think it's getting kind of late for you, isn't it, Meeber Meeps?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. Thank you guys for coming on and for your comments. I sure have enjoyed them. I hope that you had a good time watching. Lots of love and respect to you guys. I sure appreciate you coming on. And make sure that you're playing lots of great D&D with people that you love. I think that's really the important thing. Let's have fun together and pass on those memories, through our family and our friends. All right. Okay, guys. I think we're going to end the stream. So thank you very much. And we'll chat hopefully soon. So adios.
Bye.